Okay, guys, Mrs. Jones here. We are going to I'm going to show you how you use Desmos.com, the graphing calculator, in order to find the line of best fit and the correlation coefficient and the R fact, yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to find the slope and we're going to find the equation. So you're going to go to Desmos.com like we always do. Go to graphing calculator. And in here, if you want to sign in, see my name's already on here, so I'm signed in. But if you went to sign in, you could sign in so that you could save your graphs. Because if you looked over here, you'd see some graphs that I've worked on in the past. It's kind of nice to save them. But right now, we have to talk about how you get your data in. So you're going to hit this little plus sign where it says add item, and you're going to add a table. This table is where you're going to put, notice that it's X1 and X and Y sub 1. Those are that's called sub numbers. Let's say I survey a group of kids randomly walking out of an elementary school and ask them how many soccer balls they have, for instance. Let's say I talk to a 6-year-old and I talk to a 7-year-old and a 5. Are they 5 in elementary school? Maybe. Yeah, they're probably 5. If you got a young one. And then there's an 8. There's a couple of 10-year-olds. And then let's say we ask, and then you randomly get a 9-year-old in there. Then we ask them. The 6-year-old actually does have one. Let's say the 7-year-old doesn't play soccer, so they don't have any. Our 5-year-old does play, and they've got 2. Our 10-year-olds answered that they had 5 and 2. Our 8-year-old said they had, I don't know, 4 soccer balls, and our 9-year-old had actually been playing a long time, so they actually had 6, and I obviously just made up that data. Notice all of my numbers are positive. You can't have a negative number of balls or a negative age, so oftentimes when you're dealing in data and statistics, not always, but you're going to be in the first quadrant. So I've moved it by using a double click so that I can only see my first quadrant and I can see all of my data points. I know that my line is going to be the best fit. Desmos will automatically find a linear function, the best fit to these data points. So in order to do that, what you have to tell it what you want. So I want Y, and if I just hit the letter Y and then do sub and then hit the number 1, it'll automatically go to sub. Then you're going to do this little tilde, which is underneath the 1 or right next to the 1, right? So that's approximately, because it's not going to be an exact fit. We want a line of best fit that's approximately that. We want to know what the slope is. We don't know that. So M, and then X, and it's going to give me that little explanation point saying, hey, there's a problem here. Notice it says may not be used because there's no list for that. It doesn't know where to go. So give it a sub 1 so that it knows to go up to the table. And we want to know where it would cross as well. So then we're going to look at our parameters, look at what it's given us. Our correlation coefficient is the R value, 0.57. Is that between -1 and 1? Yes, it is. Is it positive? Yes, it is. Our slope is positive. So if I were writing this as an equation, now you wouldn't necessarily do this on the same graph, but I'm just going to do it to show you. Y equals, our M is 0.65. We're given what our slope is, X, and our B is minus 2.25. And notice it lined right up on top of the one that it showed us. So if I get rid of that, and it's in black. So it's right over the top of the red one. So our M is given to us, our B is given to us, and our R, the coefficient correlation, the correlation coefficient is given to us at 0.57. That's not a great one, but it's definitely between 0 and 1. So it is definitely considered statistically probable that this is the line of best fit for these particular data points. And that's how you're going to find everything you need to know about finding the slope, the equation, the line of best fit. So this is our line of best fit, by the way. That's our line of best fit. And our correlation coefficient is positive 0.57.